Israel is a criminal state and Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal by any definition. They can't cap the Russian oil price, and Russia has been selling oil, petroleum, gas to India, China, to so many other countries.
Will Trump fund the equal amount or more than what Biden funded to Ukraine and Zelensky?
When I was in Moscow also, the expectation, that was in September, and I was speaking at the Russian International Affairs Council. Europe no longer has the stomach to continue this war. Yes. France, Germany, they all want to end this war because it's not going anywhere. They are the losers in this.
Trump said that on the first day of joining office, he will take a few decisions in which Russia-Ukraine war is included. He says that he will end the conflict on the first day, such a huge conflict which is happening since so long. And we have seen that Biden administration has given billions of money to Zelensky and Ukraine to fight against Russia. Now, what do you think, keeping in mind Putin and Trump's relations, maybe an internal relation, what's going to be Trump's take on the Russia-Ukraine war, and will he stop it like people are saying he stopped the Israel-Hamas war? Will he stop the Russia-Ukraine war?
It is not possible to end the Ukraine war like the one in Hamas. Even in Hamas and Israel, they have come to an agreement. It's going to be implemented over 5 months. And even after the deal was announced, Israel continued to kill people. Yes, and the very day they killed more than 200 people. Israel is a criminal state and Benjamin Netanyahu is a war criminal by any definition. There are few countries outside the West who would disagree with that. It's not a personal opinion of mine. There have been other Israeli prime ministers, but none of them have a record like this. There are somebody, other war criminals who were there, like Ariel Sharon and all that in the past. And even Western foreign ministers have called them out. So this is not something that I am saying alone or out of the top of my head. So in Ukraine, there is no way that the West can win. They have poured billions of dollars into Ukraine, yes, billions of dollars. And who is hit? The only country which has profited from the war, yes, is the US and the US economy. Okay. They have made suckers of the Europeans who are all buying American oil at 10 times the price at which they were getting it from Russia. So I traveled to Russia 3 months ago in September. Okay. So it is not reeling under sanctions. Russia is flourishing. The Russian economy is flourishing. Okay? And of course, that party also may end, but right now, Russia is not kind of squeezed. The countries which are squeezed by sanctions are the European countries. It is Europe which is facing a deep crisis, and they are in a funk because now they can't cap the Russian oil price, and Russia has been selling oil, petroleum, gas to India, China, to so many other countries. So Ukraine is an unwinnable war for the US and the NATO. Okay. And Trump, actually, the last time he said that NATO should not go to Ukraine. Actually, there are many American statements, including somebody like Henry Kissinger. Actually, when Henry Kissinger died, Rolling Stone magazine said, a war criminal who was called a diplomat and won the Nobel Prize. Henry Kissinger also said that we'll have to give Russia time to become a democracy. NATO, if it cannot go eastwards. And there have been other US diplomats and analysts and all who have said this. But after the US plunged into the war, it was practically a war between US and Russia being fought in Ukraine by the Ukrainians. There have been so many American advisors, logistics, all these people have been involved, they have all been identified and so on. So that being the case, Trump will end that war because it is an unwinnable war. Trump is not against US supremacy. He would like to maintain the US supremacy worldwide. But he does not want it to be at the cost of the US. And he knows the Ukraine war cannot go on without money from the US and this thing. And he would like the US to get out of it.
So, sir, now from your answer, I want to ask you two questions.
Yes.
One, is Trump playing NATO by benefiting US? And second, will Trump fund the equal amount or more than what Biden funded to Ukraine and Zelensky?
No, he won't be able to fund Ukraine to the extent that Biden did. Because Biden did it over such a long time.
Yes.
And when I was in Moscow also, the expectation, that was in September, and I was speaking at the Russian International Affairs Council, and people I spoke to, and their expectation was that in spring this year, by spring this year, we might begin to see at least a roadmap towards ending the war. So I said, why do they say that? And they said, no, Trump is likely to win the election, and if he wins the election, he might want to kind of first, draw down the war and the US involvement in it, because Europe no longer has the stomach to continue this war. Yeah. France, Germany, they all want to end this war because it's not going anywhere. They are the losers in this.
Okay. Sir, what I wanted to ask, like a soft beat question, that what do you think, who is Trump's favorite in NATO countries?
In the NATO country, well, I don't think the US has any favorites or friends or allies.
Trump's preference, maybe.
Trump, I think they have favorites, but they are not in government. Maybe Melania, Italy, maybe.
Melanie.
Yes, because he had cheered her,
No.
when she was in the elections. Then similarly, there was a Spanish fascist party again, right-wing party, extremely right-wing. He was supporting them. So Trump has supported right-wing forces in Europe, but not in Germany. In Italy, yes. He's definitely not comfortable with Macron. Macron is too cerebral. He's not very comfortable with Macron.
Even Melanie doesn't seem so comfortable with Macron sometimes. We have seen videos flourishing where Melanie gives looks to
Yes.
Macron.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
it kind of makes sense that
Yes.
Melanie and Trump both are not
Yes,
fond of Macron.
yes, you are right. And you can see why Trump, one can say Musk is his mouthpiece or his forerunner.
said it.
So the US is now taken to an active role in shaping European affairs. US has always interfered in elections in Europe and in management of the political color of the government. They're going to do it more openly now. And not only as the US deep state was doing it, but everybody is going to play on this turf. After all, one should remember that Europe is American territory in one sense, because they have military bases. All these NATO countries, they are flourishing as US military. You land at Frankfurt airport or the railway station, you will find so many counters at the railway station, US forces, armed forces, that kind of thing. So yeah.
Don't miss out. Log on to oneindia.com for more updates.